Cool. All right, we're live. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 352 Blitz. You see, we got the whole crew here today. Ed and Jay Butts here. If you guys could already, before we get started, we just recorded an episode with two recruits that are from our local high school area. Really two good young guys, very humble, nice kids. It's a great interview. So if you want to just go watch that one, go ahead and watch that one after you guys watch this live. Also, like, comment, subscribe, follow us everywhere. When I say everywhere, sorry, not Twitter anymore. X, YouTube, Instagram / Threads, all that stuff at 352 Blitz. All one word, all easy for you. And yeah, we're finally here. Tomorrow's the first day of football. Even though it's just the Hall of Fame game, it's still live football. We don't have to watch no more highlights on YouTube anymore. We're finally through the off season. We're going to see some football. So we want to talk a little bit about that, talk about some preseason games, talk about what we're excited to see with some of the new players, people on different teams and whatnot. And it's an exciting time, you know. So we'll start with this. Let's go with this. So we saw that Saquon Barkley finally gave in. He signed a deal. And then now Jonathan Taylor looks like he's about to get traded. What do you guys think about the whole running back situation? Do you think they kind of failed, or do you think things are just not going to change anymore? What do you think is going to happen?
Saquon folded for the whole running back market. Saquon's decision to take the 1 year, what was it, $11 million, so one more, like he got guaranteed $1 more million. Is that what it was?
Yeah,
essentially,
I think he got offered $11 million a year contract.
Yeah,
for whatever
1 year.
No. But I mean, like before that, he got offered $11 million for 4 years. You know, like per year.
Okay. So I mean, to me, by him giving in, and he was one of the main ones leading the running back charge of we deserve more money. For him to give in, it's like, how can anybody else fight? I see Jonathan Taylor's side of it, but I think that's a lot of smoke with him getting traded, because Jim Irsay said that he had no interest in trading him. And they have the right to put him on I was reading somewhere that if he doesn't play this year, they can list him some type of way where he's either a restricted free agent or his contract will be voided and he'll have to basically play again next year. And that's when the contract restarts. So he doesn't have really a way out of Indy other than being traded or being paid or playing for the money he gets.
Yeah, I think that Jonathan Taylor is a separate situation than from Barkley. I think that Barkley is a clown, if we're being honest. I mean, and whoever disagrees, like, you can disagree, I guess. But I think he's a clown because, like, the day, and I think we talked about this already, like the day before he signed a contract for the 1 year deal, he was on a call with all running backs all over the NFL and trying to figure out the NFL, the NFL running back market. And then here you go, and you sign a 1 year deal. That doesn't help anybody, in my opinion, at all. Because in a 1 year deal, you're risking of you yourself getting injured, and who the hell is going to sign you next year when you already been injured 3 out of however many years? I don't want to go over Barkley anymore. I'm tired of him. I think like he's a clown, like I said. Let's go over to JT. JT is a separate situation because, like, ever since he came in the league, he's been hooping, right? Both years he hit over 1,000 yards, and so now he's at the end of his rookie contract. He wants to get paid. He deserves to be paid. He's still 23 years old, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not 24, he's not 25, he's not older. He's 23 years old, and he just turned 23. He won't be 24 till next year, obviously. It's not. It's like the guy deserves all the money. He's arguably the best running back in the league. I'm not gonna say that he is the best for me, but like if you want to put him there, you can. He's a great blocker. He's an elite runner, and he can catch the ball. And now in the NFL, catching the ball as a running back is as you can see, that's exactly what we're going to. But yeah, at college, teams are looking for running backs that can catch the ball off the bat. If you can't catch the ball, you're going to be lower in the draft. So JT, I feel bad for him, man, because like I feel like they're doing him dirty. I obviously I mean, he wants to get paid. They don't want to pay him, and he wants to get traded somewhere else that would pay him because there's a lot of teams that are willing to pay him, but they don't want to trade him. And then there's coming out saying that he has a back injury from back in January from some workout that he did in Arizona. And he's like, I've never complained about a back problem at all. So what are you guys talking about? So like it feels like the owner and the GM and everything at the Colts is just not handling the situation correctly. I feel bad for
Yeah.
JT. I really do. It's an elite talent. So for him to be maybe not able to play this year, like willing to play or being forced to play for a team that you don't want to play for, it sucks in my opinion. I don't know what you want to add to that, Greg.
Yeah, like I agree with a lot that you were saying. I think this just goes to show that the NFL is a business, right? And the Colts are completely fine with wasting his prime. They don't really care. They just do not want to let him to go anywhere and just enjoy his life. So I think it's crazy. But I do think Saquon kind of made things worse for everybody, especially the fact that he started this whole thing and he was the one I was mainly complaining. And then he kind of had the power on his side for a little bit, and then he just gave it all away, you know. So I think it's going to be more of a domino effect for all the running backs now, for Dalvin Cook, for Derrick Henry, maybe this offseason or next offseason for him. JT, obviously, you see happening with him now, you know. So it's very sad to see that at the same time it's business. And I think if they were going to change the landscape for running backs, it would start with Saquon, and he messed it up for everybody. So it's sad to see. But there's another running back we need to talk about, and that is Alvin Kamara. So I don't know exactly what's happened with his situation. I just know that obviously he's going to be suspended, and now it's just a matter of how long it's going to be suspended for. You guys think that also hurts the running backs' chances of getting better contracts in the future? Or do you think it's just Alvin Kamara being done by himself, and that's just it?
I think that's just him. I think that's a separate situation because that man straight up just mollywopped some dude trying to get in the elevator and then got jumped by all his friends. Like, and the video's there. I mean, and he's 28 years old. Like, you're a grown ass man. Somebody's trying to go in the elevator. Probably dude had a long ass day, wants to go home, and you're over here trying to beat his ass for no reason. Actually, you didn't try to. You did beat his ass to the point that dude had to go to the hospital, and he almost had a felony charge under your name. So I think it's completely separate from the running back situation. I think Alvin Kamara was just an idiot that night. He might be drunk, whatever it might be, but the way that he beat up dude, it was pretty bad. And like
my man said he's got to go talk to Goodell about the situation. He wants to share his side. I don't know how that's going to go for him.
Yeah, I don't know either.
They're supposed to be having a meeting this week about that because Kamara wants to meet with Goodell and explain his side of the story, which I don't know how you can really explain much when there's video. But I agree with Eddie. I don't think it really affects the running back market because, I mean, if we think back, this happened before the beginning of last season. This incident was two off seasons, not this off season, but the last off season. So he played all last year without no suspension.
Crazy.
So it's kind of, I mean, it is kind of crazy to think about that he's played all last year and been all through this offseason. There hasn't been a suspension given, and now they're talking about a suspension.
Yeah, I just think it's completely separate. I think, and it was last year. I believe that the charges were dropped not to be a felony, but at the same time, if you're Roger Goodell, you can't have one of your best running backs in the league beating people's asses for no reason, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I see your point, but just do it early. Do it as soon as it happens. As soon as you see the video. Why would you wait 2 years down the road? A year and a half down the road.
Well, I guess because they wanted to drop the charges, right? That's the main thing that you're trying to fight off.
Ray Rice's wife was trying to drop her charges.
Huh?
I said Ray Rice's wife was trying to drop her charges against Ray, and they still kicked him out the league forever because they had video right then and there. They kicked him out. It's the same thing. I mean, just because – I mean, I get like it was domestic with Ray and we watched him beat his wife. But this man, him and his friends jumped this man and sent him to a hospital. But it's fine for a year and a half. and now that the legal issues are over, now they'll suspend them. It just doesn't make sense. I don't like. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely stupid situation by him. So some more news is kind of going on. Obviously, like we said at the beginning of the show, Hall of Fame game is tomorrow, and we're recording this on a Wednesday. It's August 2nd, but there's a Hall of Fame game tomorrow. What do you guys? We'll talk about the preseason as a whole, but what are you guys most excited to see in the preseason, or at least in week one?
In week one,
Yeah.
um,
Anthony
I'm looking.
Richardson's debut.
Yeah, man, absolutely. As a Gator fan, right? That's what we want to
Right.
see. No, I mean, I'm just excited to see all the rookies, right? That's the main thing that I want to do, especially now that we're doing dynasty fantasy. Like, we want to see our rookies are doing good or stuff like that, or our players are healthy. But ideally, like the main one that I want to watch is AR. I want to see how he's able to handle, um, the bright lights of the NFL, how he reads the defense now. He's been having a great camp versus the Colts defense. Um, and everybody's raving about him. He's now up to 255 pounds since he got drafted,
That's
and he
fucking
doesn't look
insane.
he doesn't look any heavier. He's still running elite, still running a 4.4. So the dude's a freak of nature. Definitely excited to see AR. I mean, what else can you say about AR? It's a freak of nature, man. I also want to see though it's going to be so weird tomorrow because the game is tomorrow, right? The
No.
the the Jets and the Browns. So it's going to be so weird to see AR in a Jets jersey. That's going to be weird, man.
He's not. I don't think he's playing.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure he's going to be out there with a jersey.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
true.
I'm actually. I mean, to be honest, what I'm most excited for tomorrow night is to see how Zach Wilson plays.
Oh yeah.
Now that he's being coached by AR, because they've been talking about how that relationship's actually been like they've gotten really close already in camp, and they've said before like Aaron Rodgers doesn't really get close with many young quarterbacks, but I guess he knows it's his team. They're not going to pass it over ever. It's just kind of helping him out, setting up the next guy. So I'm excited to see how Zach Wilson plays.
Yeah, and that's true, but it's weird because like he got close with Zach Wilson, but he didn't get close, I guess, like that with Jordan Love.
Because
And
he
I guess,
knew because it's a different situation. Jordan
yeah,
Love was brought in to replace Aaron Rodgers one day. Aaron Rodgers was brought in to play as long as he wants with the Jets. He
right.
knows that's his position. So it's
And at
really
the,
just
and at the same
helping
time,
him
too,
and the team.
and also at the same time, like the Packers' main problem was that they never drafted any wide receivers in the first round or any running backs in the first round. They always drafted some random position that they didn't need, and so he was always stuck with like a sixth round receiver, fourth round receiver, which turned out to be good, right? But he was always frustrated because all the other teams around him were getting. So it is a different situation, man.
Yep.
Obviously, like prediction wise, I don't think we need to do predictions for preseason games.
No.
But like I'm also excited. I'm looking at the games here. On apparently the this is a wrong week, man. What the heck am I doing? Week one. My bad, man. I'm looking at next week. That's I guess week one of preseason games. I'm eager to see Jameer Gibbs with the Lions and how they're using him because apparently they're using him more as a wide receiver than he has than he has ever been in college, which is crazy. Imagine Jameer Gibbs as a damn wide receiver out there.
Yeah.
Uh,
It goes back to what you said a couple of weeks ago about how the running back position is changing now. About how the game of football is changing because running backs are going to be used more as wide receivers now on. So if you're a running back and you play multiple positions, you're kind of fucked, right? So I'm not really surprised by them doing that. Like as you've seen with Bijan Robinson as well with Atlanta. With Bijan in Atlanta, he's been lined up a wide receiver in every clip we've seen. So
yeah,
give me
yeah, man. Let me put this on another story, man. Y'all texted this damn much.
Yeah.
You know, we have a chat. We have a private chat over here, man.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're right. I don't know why I'm not using that. Yeah. But shit. But yeah, bro. I think but I think what you said was right. I mean, I'm not what you said was right. I get what you're saying. How you're excited to see Gibbs at wide receiver more. I want to see kind of how they use him as well. So we'll see, bro. But I think we're witnessing, like I said, the running back position change right before our eyes as well too. So I think it starts with this class of running backs too. So we'll see.
And if you notice too, and I don't know if you've noticed, and I actually noticed because Orlando said something the other day that the wide receiver position, if you notice, they're kind of getting smaller. They're smaller in weight and they're not that tall. They're just freak of natures and they're fast as hell. Look
Fast
at
as
look at Zay Flowers. Look at Smitty. Look at Addison. I believe that Justin Jefferson is not that tall either. He's not. It doesn't weigh that much. So like the wide receiver position is also getting smaller. You see the running back position is changing. So it's just like the NFL is changing ahead, right in front of our eyes. And it's great to see. But at the same time, I feel bad for like the running backs that they're just bruisers, right? They're not meant to catch the ball like that. They're gonna run through you and that's it. Um, it's just unfortunate. I mean, it's unfortunate in that situation, but how the NFL is developing and revolutionizing itself, it's great to see, man.
yeah.
For me, fantasy wise, what I'm eager to see is my boy Kincaid with the Bills. I need Josh Allen to pass on the ball at least 50 times a game, so I can at least win some games. That's all. My team's garbage.
I might have to trade you, Kincaid, for Washington. I got your Pittsburgh rookie.
Yeah, no, thank you. We're good. I'm good with Kincaid, man. Have y'all seen Deuce Vaughn out there, man? That man is
Come on, chill out, bro.
live.
Come on, man.
Bro, someone said when you bring your kid to work.
Come on, bro. I feel like people are very disrespectful just because he's 5'5". Do y'all not remember Darren Sproles? The man was 5'6".
He was nothing to play with either.
No, man, he was a crazy return man. He had a solid NFL career.
He did.
And Maurice Jones-Drew wasn't that tall either. He was just big as hell. Like he was just built like Mike Tyson, right? Dude was like 5'6", 220. But that's not a bad thing, man. But like people are very disrespectful, like especially Orlando, bro. Orlando been cooking up Deuce Vaughn since a man got into practice last week.
Yeah, facts.
The whole week, straight cooking him up, bro.
That's probably where I seen the third grader reference.
Yeah, it was probably him, bro. Every day I go in the group chat, this man is talking shit about damn Deuce Vaughn. I'm like, bro, let the man play.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's just crazy to see he is small as hell though, because he's like 5'5", 175. But he out there hooping, bro. I looked at his stats today. The man rushed for over 1,400 yards back-to-back years in college. That's not easy to do for even a running back that's 6'3", 220 pounds.
Yeah, he was like that.
Yeah, I see why they won the. I see why they won the Big 12.
Facts. Yeah, OU was getting ran through by Deuce Vaughn. But yeah, I want to talk about one last thing real quick. So there's been a popular show, NFL show called Quarterback on Netflix that you guys have both seen. Just random thoughts. What do you guys think about the show? Did you guys view of Kirk Cousins change? Like, what do you guys think about the show?
I mean, I liked the show. I did like the show. I mean, Kurt I kind of had the same view on Kurt before and after the show, and it just kind of, I feel like the show really exposed, I mean, Kurt seems like a great person. Like, I mean, he's a family. I don't know what else to say other than like family man. Like, I mean, the wife dresses up.
He legit looks like a regular Joe, just a regular Joe. Just up to playing. That he just so happens to be a quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, and he gets paid millions of dollars for it. But other than that, he doesn't do anything else that's special.
I think it was like the second or third episode. They were like, "Yeah, our friends, and when we have friends over there, like you shop at Sam's Club and all this stuff," and we're like, "Yeah." else would we shop? It's just like they're legit just regular people. They don't care about anything.
Man, first of all, if I'm making that much money, I'm not shopping anything. Someone's going to do the shopping for me. That's what I'm doing. But no, I mean, he's just a regular Joe. Exactly what we all thought. I mean, he's just a dude that I don't even know, man. Like, it's just not much to say about Kirk Cousins. I don't think like anything was exposed about him.
I think it was just more like opened up, showed more about like his true how he acts.
Now, when it comes to Pat Mahomes, I feel like there's a different side because I did not. When you see him on the football field, at least through the TV, you don't really see all the shit talking he does, right? Like you don't really see that. And when he was just talking about Cincinnati. He was talking about the Bills. He was talking about anybody. That he came out there with a half a broken ankle. Anyways, he was cussing anything like a sailor. So it was like a different. You can see the competitive side of Mahomes, which is great to see.
Yeah, thanks. Did you guys also see that Joe Burrow is going to do it for next year?
No, I did not.
This upcoming season?
He decided to do it?
Yeah, he said yes. He said no at first, and he said, yeah, he's going to do it. So that's going to be dope.
So it'll be Burrow, Herbert. I'm assuming Justin Herbert might do it because when he was asked about it, he said that if you let it be, he left the door open to say yes without saying yes. He basically was like, I mean, I could see how some people see it as a distraction, but if you don't let it be one, then it's just another opportunity.
Right.
So he kind of left the door open to like he would be willing to do it next year. So I know Lamar and Tua have declined it.
Yeah.
Dak declined it.
Yeah, Dak declined reason though.
What was Dak's reasoning?
He said because he talked to Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning said he probably wouldn't do it. So he thought because Peyton Manning wouldn't do it.
Yo, you know who I would love to see at that third spot if it was Burrow and Herbert? I would love to see a Russ Wilson. Watch like a comeback story.
Bro,
I'm telling you, Russ about to have a crazy year.
What do you mean comeback, bro?
Bro, that man was butt cheeks last year. What do you mean?
Oh no, his head coach was ass.
Hold on, you can't say that. Don't talk about Aaron Rodgers' coach like that.
I don't care. I don't know, bro. Come on now. As an OC, he's good. As a first year with the Broncos, he was absolutely horrible. He was terrible.
They had the fans. The fans used to chant.
Didn't they try to pass the ball or run the ball inside like the 1 yard line? Some stupid stuff like that, or they like went for it.
I thought that was the Giants. That
or
ran.
They went for 4th and 29 or something like that. It was something like ridiculous. It didn't make sense. They didn't run the ball well. They didn't pass the ball well, and they had a top 5 defense. They legit could have scored 19 points every game and gone undefeated.
Facts. Yeah, it was sad to see. So hopefully Sean Payton does something, make them boys come back, because I hate to see Russell Wilson. I'm a big Russell Wilson fan. I support Russell Wilson. I'm on Team Russ all day, so hopefully he gets.
I support Future.
All right, bro, you're canceled. So I do want to say, this is the last thing I'm going to say, is that Week 5 game between the Jets and the Broncos is going to be crazy. Because this man, Sean Payton, was talking out his neck about Hackett and about how the Broncos did a horrific job last year and how he's not doing anything like he did last year. And so then that pissed off Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers like keep his name out of his mouth. So that game is going to be something circled for Week 5 that I definitely want to see. Definitely want to see that game.
Is that in New York or is it in Denver? Do y'all know?
No clue.
I don't know, but I got a handy dandy schedule here.
I kind of hope that's in New York. MetLife turns up.
MetLife does turn up, especially for the Jets now, since they're going to be.
It's at Denver.
Okay.
It's at Denver. Yep, it's at Denver, man.
Okay.
But all right, man. I don't have much to say. I mean, it's just a preseason game this week. Obviously, next week we'll be talking about how the how the rookies did, how the teams did, how the quarterbacks did, and everything like that. But definitely, whoever's watching this live, I see a couple guys, a few people watching this live. Definitely tune in our video that we did and our interview that we did with Micah Newton. I said that I put that incorrectly in the title. It's not Newsom, it's Newton. I hate the damn autocorrect on Apple. And then is Jarquez Carter, man. Absolutely a great interview with a very humble guys that have fantastic talent over in Newberry. Check them out. It's a great interview. You'll see how down to earth they are and how they're really motivated to be good, especially good for Newberry this year. But other than that, man, I don't have much to say.
That's about
go
it.
Go Ravens. That's all
Go
I got to
Steelers.
say.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night.
Take care. Be safe.